Hey guys, so I want to read Exodus chapter 31 verse 14. It reads, Ye shall keep the Sabbath, therefore, for it is holy unto you, and everyone that defileth it shall surely be put to death. For whosoever doeth any work therein, that soul shall be cut off from among his people. I just want to read the verse right above it real quick. Speak thou also unto the children of Israel, saying, Verily my Sabbath ye shall keep, for it is a sign between me and you throughout your generations, that ye may know that I am the Lord, that doth sanctify you. For me, what stood out, I wrote in my notes, was that the Sabbath was a sign, and it was the Lord who sanctified us, not the other way around. I also wrote down that anyone who worked was to be cut off or killed without no mercy. I just wanted to get into that. I feel like too many Christians, too many people have turned this to a whole religious doctrine that we need to have a day of rest or a Sabbath day, or we can't do any work, we can't even wash our dishes, we can't do anything physical, you can't even wipe your own butt on a Sabbath day because it is the day of rest and it's supposed to be holy unto the Lord. Because now in the New Testament, Jesus is our Sabbath rest. We rest in him. I find it interesting also in the book of Hebrews, chapter 4 particularly, that it repeats about a rest we are entering, that there's still a promise. And only one time it was used in verse 9 where it reads, There remaineth therefore a rest to the people of God. Every other time the word rest was a different Greek word, but this one was sabbatismo. It's like how in the Old Testament, nobody was supposed to do work on the seventh day, on the Sabbath day, unless if they did work, they were to be cut off or killed without mercy, according to the law of Moses. New Testament is the same application. Not that we're not supposed to work on a Sunday or do dishes, do our chores, or anything like that. Let's not be religious about it. But let's read the Old Testament through a new covenant lens. What do I mean by that? Well, the scriptures teach us in Ephesians chapter 2, verse 8 through 9. For by grace are you saved through faith, not of yourselves, but it is a gift of God. What's not of yourselves? Grace and faith. It has nothing to do with it. It's still all on Jesus. But we are saved by grace through faith, not of ourselves, but it is a gift of God, lest any man should boast. We're not going to boast in front of God of our own works. Nothing we could have done could earn our salvation or deserve salvation. It's all on Jesus. This is why Jesus said in Matthew chapter 7 verse 22, many will say to me, Lord, Lord, didn't we prophesy in your name? Didn't we drive out demons? Didn't we perform many great miracles in your name? But he will say, depart from me, I never knew you. That is strong words right there. Believe, just like I said, tying it back with the Old Testament, is that anyone who works shall be cut off. New Testament is the same thing. Anyone who works or believe that their works is what justifies them in the eyes of God is wrong. Because in the book of Hebrews chapter 6 also tells us, let us not lay aside the foundation of Christ, which is repentance from dead works in our faith toward God. Your works is not going to justify you in the eyes of God. Your work is not going to earn you or deserve any more grace, any more favor in the eyes of God. In the eyes of God, your works is dead works to God. We are supposed to trust in Jesus. And there's a thin line between trying to please and do the works of God, pleasing God, or just learning how to trust in Jesus. And this is what it means. This is what it comes down to. Let us trust in Jesus as he is our Sabbath rest. And let us lay aside the dead works and put our faith towards God.